Hello guys, welcome to all Zeeworld updates. If this is your first time seeing my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thank you. Today I will be talking about the Zeeworld series, This is Fate, how Karan reveals that Rajveer is his son and learns the whole truth. The episode starts with Kavya looking very tense, thinking about how Varun talked to her. He said he was still in the office because he had come there with a client and then questioned the trust she has in him. Shania comes in asking Kavya if she has seen Palki or Rajveer. But Kavya replies that she hasn't seen them. Shania says her mother is very furious because they came here without informing her, and that's why she wants to tell Palki. Rajveer then comes and suddenly runs off, saying he will call them later. Shania wonders why he ran like that, and Palki says Rajveer is going after someone because he has found some proof. Shania tells Palki she also needs to talk to her, as their mother is angry. Palki then asks Kavya why she seems so upset, but Kavya says she's fine. Palki mentions that she saw tears in Kavya's eyes. Hesitantly, Kavya explains that she saw Varun at the hospital and got worried, thinking he might have come there with his family. She says she called him, but he lied, saying he was in the office. When she questioned him, he started blaming her and left after being very rude. Palki tells Kavya not to worry, saying such things happen. She explains that hospitals make people tense, so Kavya shouldn't take it to heart. Shania also tells her not to worry, and they both try to leave. Palki then thinks to herself that she managed to calm Kavya down. But people usually get angry when they're hiding something, and that's exactly what Varun did when Kavya caught him, because he doesn't want anyone questioning him. At night, Rajveer stops the car at a market. He recalls the address and starts looking around. Soon, he spots Pardeep trying to get into an auto. Rajveer begins walking toward him, but Pardeep tries to run. However, Rajveer manages to catch him and angrily questions why he came to kill him. Pardeep tries to leave, but Rajveer says he saw everything on the CCTV footage and demands that he tell the truth. Pardeep remains silent, so Rajveer starts beating him. Finally, Pardeep admits that he didn't want to kill Rajveer. It was Anshuman Pandey's plan. Rajveer asks why Anshuman would do such a thing. Pardeep explains that whenever someone refuses to work with Anshuman, he kills them. He insists that he was only doing his job and has no personal connection with those criminals or with Anshuman Pandey. Pardeep adds that he didn't reveal anything, even though he knows that Rajveer is the son of Karan Luthra and that Preeta is his mother. Pardeep then runs away, and Rajveer turns to see Anshuman Pandey standing in front of him, shocked after hearing the truth. Anshuman taunts Rajveer, saying, "What kind of father do you have? One of his sons is locked up, and the other is in such a condition." He continues, "I once heard Pardeep say that people in Jamshedpur used to laugh at your mother." Anshuman blames Karan Luthra for using people and manipulating them, saying that Rajveer is now fighting for the same man who ruined his mother's life. He then gets into his car, calls Preeta mental, and drives off, ignoring Rajveer's angry threats to face him. Rajveer stands there, thinking deeply about Anshuman's words, about how people in Jamshedpur used to call his mother a mental person. Lost in thought and pain, Rajveer gets back into his car and drives away. Peter rings the doorbell and asks Karan to come inside, saying he won't be allowed to leave like this. But Karan replies that it's already very late and everyone must be waiting for him, as he still has things to handle. Preeta asks who will handle him, and Karan quickly says he meant that she should go inside and rest, while he'll meet her later. She tells him to leave, but he says he just needs a little more time. Preeta asks why he said that, and Karan explains that he just wants to make sure she goes inside safely and everything is fine. Preeta smiles and says she's not a child and won't get kidnapped. Karan laughs and teases her, saying she keeps falling like a child, so he just wants to be sure. Preeta then says she's noticed that he always shows up whenever she needs him. Karan replies that he feels happy hearing that and admits he wants to be around her all the time. He adds that since she keeps falling, he wants to stay and protect her. Just then, someone comes to the door, and Karan says he'll leave now. As he walks away, Palki opens the door and greets Preeta warmly, saying she was waiting for her. Preeta smiles and asks Palki if everything is fine. Anshuman is standing when Shaurya is brought out. Anshuman says Shaurya must be thinking he's a very strange man who keeps coming to meet him again and again. But, he adds, he has a very considerate heart, and that's why he thought of freeing Shaurya from prison. However, he reminds him that nothing comes for free, and Shaurya would have to give him something in return. Shaurya ignores his words and instead asks if Rajveer's aunt came to meet him. Anshuman says he'll tell Shaurya the truth so shocking that Shaurya would be ready to give him anything in return. But Shaurya asks the same question again, clearly more interested in knowing about her. And Anshuman smirks and says Shaurya is just like his father. Hearing this, Shaurya recalls what his father once told him, and anger takes over. He suddenly starts beating Anshuman Pandey. Anshuman shouts for the constable to help him, but Shaurya warns him furiously, saying he'll send him straight to the hospital if he doesn't stop. He threatens Anshuman not to come near him again, or he won't be allowed to leave next time. Catching his breath, Anshuman says he only came to help, but now Shaurya has lost that chance. As he walks away, Anshuman mutters that he doesn't understand what's wrong with the Luthras. They always choose to fight. Just then, a constable arrives and informs Shaurya that the inspector has called for him. Preeta notices that Palki looks tense and asks her what's wrong. Palki replies that she wanted to talk to her but didn't know how to start. Preeta gently asks her to sit and then questions if Rajveer said something that upset her. Palki shakes her head and says it's not about Rajveer, it's about Kavya. Preeta looks surprised and asks what happened with Kavya. Palki explains that when they all went to the hospital, Kavya saw Varun there. When she tried to talk to him, Varun started misbehaving with her after seeing her in front of him. Palki says if Varun wasn't guilty, then why would he scold Kavya like that? She adds that she feels Varun is about to do something wrong to Kavya. Preeta looks shocked and asks Palki what she just said, that Varun was at the hospital and lied to Kavya. She asks Palki to repeat it again. As Rajveer drives, his mind keeps replaying Anshuman's words. He looks disturbed and lost in thought. Meanwhile, Karan is on a call with someone when Rajveer suddenly stops his car beside him. Karan notices him and asks what happened. Rajveer, filled with anger and pain, says he's exhausted all because of Karan, who has ruined his life. He asks Karan why he gave him blood, accusing him of doing it just to make him feel indebted, to control him, and make him do whatever he wants. Rajveer continues, saying Karan only knows how to manipulate people. He says Karan helps others in such a way that they start believing he's a good person. But Rajveer knows there's always a reason behind his actions. He demands to know why Karan really donated his blood. Karan, furious and emotional, finally replies, "Because you are my blood and my son." Roma asks Varun if he has gone mad, saying it seems like he doesn't even want to marry Kavya. She questions what the need was to go to the hospital with Alia, reminding him that anyone could have seen them there. Varun tells her to relax, assuring her that no one saw them. Roma replies that he was just lucky this time and adds that it's good he managed to stay safe, but then asks why he scolded Kavya. Varun says he didn't understand what was happening at that moment and simply reacted the way he felt. Roma gets frustrated and reminds him that he's about to marry that girl. She warns him that girls these days don't tolerate such behavior and can easily break off a relationship. She advises him to talk to Kavya and apologize, saying he made a mistake. But Varun stubbornly refuses. Roma, losing her patience, firmly orders him to speak to Kavya again. Kavya is looking at the photos from the function when she suddenly remembers what Varun said to her at the hospital. Just then, her phone rings. It's Varun calling. She wonders why she isn't answering. Meanwhile, Roma tells Varun that she has already warned him that he needs to marry Kavya. She asks why he lied to her. Varun says she's taking her role as a mother too seriously and tells her to relax. Kavya finally answers the call. Varun immediately apologizes for the way he spoke to her earlier, explaining that he was stressed about office work and took it out on her by mistake. Kavya calmly tells him that she'll forgive him this time, but he shouldn't do it again. Varun smiles and says he's glad she forgave him. Kavya playfully replies that she'll complain about him. He asks, "To whom?" And Kavya says, "To my brothers." Hearing this, Varun's smile fades as he recalls how both Rajveer and Shaurya had threatened him earlier. Varun quickly promises that it won't happen again, saying he has some work to finish. After convincing her, he ends the call and turns to Roma, telling her to relax. Karan, on the other hand, says he has known for a long time that Rajveer is his son, his Rudra. Overcome with emotion, Karan hugs Rajveer tightly while crying. Rajveer stands still, unable to move, shocked by his father's words. Thanks, guys. I will see you all in the next update. Thanks. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Thanks.